This is the plaintiff, Katrina Spivey. She says the defendant, her former landlord, is being a real pain in the you-know-what about returning her security deposit. And she's not about to let her get away with stealing her hard-earned cash. That's right. She doesn't care who the defendant thinks she is. She's not above the law. And she'll prove it here and now in this court. She's suing for $1,317.70, the amount she's rightfully owed. This is the defendant, Deirdre Simon. She says the plaintiff turned out to be a terrible tenant. She didn't vacate on time, causing her new tenant a hardship. She destroyed her once beautiful apartment, and she has some nerve suing her here today. Because if anyone's owed money, it is she. She's accused of ruining a renter's day. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,167.40 for all she's out.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says her former landlady is a horrible person, but the defendant says the plaintiff is a horrible tenant. She ruined the apartment. It's the case of Crib Wars.
Thank you, Douglas. Katrina Spivey?
Yes.
You are suing Deirdre Simon, your former landlord, for $1,317.70 that you say she owes you as a result of not returning a $370 security deposit. You have a counterclaim against her for $1,167.40 for damages that you say you incurred as a result of her breaching the lease. Okay, tell me what's going on.
Okay, Your Honor. In March of 2010, I decided to lease an apartment from the defendant. The deposit for the apartment was $2,070. I have proof here with the check that I gave her.
I don't think there's any dispute about that, right? Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I lost my job in August of this year. So I decided on August the 18th to tell Deirdre that I was giving her a 30-day notice that I was going to end the lease on September the 18th. So she started having new tenants come over.
How did you notify her?
By email. Text mail.
Okay, and do you have her response to you?
Yes.
Okay.
She could just slot that way. For the most part, Ms. Simon was an excellent landlord whenever something needed to be done. And it wasn't until I gave her my notice that, things turned a little south. As I said, I lost a job, so it was a stressful time because it's not like I was moving across the street. I was moving out of the state. And I had a problem trying to secure a moving company. And when I finally got one secured, the earliest that they could get my belongings was 9/20. Deirdre and I decided that 9/20 was okay. And I got a call maybe 2 hours later saying, okay, so there's no way you could get out before the 15th because I have a tenant that has signed a lease and I really need to go ahead and move in. This is just a very stressful time for me. I said, me too, Deirdre. And she agreed, okay, no problem. We'll make it the 20th.
Okay, but I'm looking at the email and it's, who's Martine?
Martine is Mrs. Salmon's daughter, and she was acting as the real estate agent, telling me that a tenant had signed a new lease.
Okay, just wanted to inform you that on Friday after our agreement, we signed a lease for the 15th. Unfortunately, you will have to prepare to leave on the day we discussed. The damage for the rug will be deducted from your security. I am sorry if you feel I am being short. You seem like a great person, but my mom is uncomfortable and I have to ensure she's protected. The new tenant signed the lease. And then you say, I will not be able to leave before 9/20. I spoke with my attorney. He told me I have legal possession of this residence until my personal belongings are removed. Well, your attorney's an idiot if he actually said that. I doubt your attorney said, oh, you just leave your stuff there and you got legal possession. You never have to leave. All right. Now, you received most of your deposit back, right? You
Yes.
did a walkthrough at the end.
That's
You
correct.
received almost all of it. They withheld $370.
Correct.
Which was kind of an odd number. Did you ask them why they were withholding
Yes, she said it was for incidental.
Who's she, the daughter or her? Okay, so the two of you do the walkthrough together.
Right.
And she says for incidentals that I may learn about at some other moment than the moment I'm doing a walkthrough.
Correct. Well,
Okay,
as we're
and
walking
then-
through, it was nothing to be said except for the...
Did she say anything about the carpets?
Yes, she did say something about the carpet.
What'd she say?
Your Honor, she said it was some spots over the carpet where I had a king-size bed in this small bedroom. The previous tenants, when I moved in there, I said, Deirdre, you see the spots on this floor. I said, but it's no problem. I'll just put my bed over that.
Okay. Do you have any written recording of any of that? Like that you put it in the lease?
Oh,
like
no, because she was very sensitive at that time. You know, she was very cooperative.
Were there spots there before she moved in?
No.
You had to think about it.
No, because I'm a little nervous, but no, there were no spots there. Miss Spivey is a very meticulous type of person. She would have never allowed me to do that.
To have a spot?
It was a lot of spots when I went back for the walkthrough.
Okay, well, how meticulous can she be if there's a bunch of spots?
Excuse me?
How meticulous can she be if there's a bunch of spots on the carpeting?
I don't know. She wasn't smoking at the time, but there was also the smell of smoke.
Do you have a roommate?
No.
Do you have somebody smoking in there?
There was nothing in the lease saying that I couldn't smoke.
No, I'm just asking you.
Oh, I mean, I'm a smoker, yes.
Oh, okay. So when you say spots, what do you mean, burn marks? Do you have pictures?
No, I did not.
You don't have pictures?
No.
How does that, do you have a phone?
Yes, I do.
Does your phone take pictures?
Yes.
There's, you know, back in the old days,
I know.
where people had to own a camera to take a picture. You guys remember that time? Okay. All right. I could understand what people say. I didn't have a camera on me. I didn't have wheels to go to the grocery store to buy a disposable. I could hear all that stuff. I have a hard time hearing that stuff now, where people take a picture of every little thing that happens and send it, you know, through their social media. Now, you ladies look like you're my age, so maybe you don't do that. But for the love of God, both of your cameras take pictures, and you don't take pictures of the place, how you left it and how you found it? Neither of you did that?
I did take pictures of the carpet. Unfortunately, the bathroom floor picture, because that's what she said something about before, it came out. But the picture of the carpet where my bed was over did not come out.
So try as they do smokers generally damage apartments?
Yes, you can't get that smell out. It just doesn't come out.
Okay, fair enough on the smell, but what about just burns or whatnot? What do you think?
I don't think that it would completely ruin the apartment, but...
Not completely, but do they generally cause damage?
Yes, they do.
What do you think, sir?
I agree. The smell is awful, and sometimes there's burns.
Okay, we will find out going inside the courtroom.
So now you are keeping $370. Why?
Because when I walked through the apartment, I noticed that there were some things that the rug was filthy. There was a smell of smoke. I knew that my new tenant's daughter was 7 years old and was allergic to smoke, so I was going to have the carpets cleaned again, but I didn't want to get into a disagreement with Katrina over it. I'm not a confrontational type person. I'm a civilized individual, and I said to her, quote unquote, I will give you all of your deposit back today. I'm not going to wait the 30 days because I know that you need it, and I am going to hold $370 and review and see what I might possibly need to do.
How'd you come up? I'm just curious. How'd you come up with the figure 370?
I have to be honest with you. I just
made it up.
I made it up.
Okay, go ahead.
And then after I took a really good look at the carpet, and the living room carpet was not clean either. And I was really thinking of my next tenant, so I called Stanley Steamer, and they charged me, I think it was $250 something to have it cleaned.
May I see that? May I see proof of that?
Yes.
Go on.
So I had to have the carpets cleaned again, and that was the cost. So that was already a portion of the $370. And in addition to that, the second thing was I had to have my new tenant move into a hotel because on the phone, it was a verbal agreement with my daughter was on the phone. We were in the car and we called her and said, you know, we found a tenant, but he does need to move in on the 15th. Could you agree to that? And she agreed verbally on the phone. And so I know.
Folks.
Sloppy.
Yeah.
So well, you know what? We had
Watch this. Did you agree verbally on the phone?
No, ma'am.
See what happens
not,
when
yeah.
people agree verbally on the
Of
phone?
course not.
We have a name for you people. We call them litigants. Okay, go ahead.
So I ended up having to put the new tenant in a hotel.
For how many days?
It started he actually got it there on the 14th, I believe.
And how much did it cost you to put the tenant in the hotel?
$479.40.
And how much is the rent per month?
$13.85.
So then it's worth doing, I guess, to not lose that tenant.
Yeah.
Plus you like them.
I really did.
Yeah. Are they in there now?
He was a good guy, yeah.
Yeah. So you're suing for?
I'm suing for the carpet, for the hotel stay, And for
But the hotel stay. See, here's the thing. You had a right to tell her, no, you have to leave on the 30th. If a tenant tells you on the 12th or the 17th, hey, I'm giving you your 30 days. No, 30 days starts from the 1st to the 30th. That way you can rent it out on a beginning of a month, which is when someone in your position can find tenants, beginning of the month. So they can't just pick what random day in the middle of the month, because otherwise landlords would end up losing a week and a half, or, you can't rent it on a Thursday in the middle of the month. That's not how it works. So you would have had that right. Now, the reason that you're keeping the security deposit, let's go over it, is because according to you, there's a broken toilet.
This tenant ended up fixing the toilet, so I didn't even add that.
Oh, so what are you keeping the security deposit for?
The $370?
Yeah.
For the carpet.
The
cleaning.
carpet. Well, the carpet was $253. So were you able to get the spots out?
Yes.
Okay. And were the spots under where her bed was?
They were all over the apartment. And she had a dog also.
Did you have a dog also?
It was approved.
Right, but did you have a dog also?
It was not in the contract.
It's in the contract.
Did you verbally approve it?
Probably.
All right. And you're suing for your plane ticket to come to court?
Yes, I had to miss 2 days of work. It cost me $267 to fly up here when, I could have just received the $370 and been done with it. And I also had the carpet cleaned per her request.
Can I see the proof that you had the carpet cleaned? Did you have it professionally cleaned?
Yes, Stanley Steamer.
Stanley Steamer came twice? Oh, that is just too rich.
September the 15th. I said, Deirdre, I don't want to get the carpet cleaned until I get my furniture out. She says, no, Katrina, I need the place moved in ready. And
Wait. So September 15th, you had the carpet cleaned, and they charged, you had 2 rooms cleaned.
Correct, because one room had complete boxes in it, because I said, Deirdre, I can't clean it.
But why would she want you to clean the carpet when you can't?
Because she wanted it moved in ready.
When she couldn't?
I asked her if she could have the carpet clean. I would really appreciate it. But when I got there, the carpet was not clean. I don't care if they came or not. It was filthy.
Right.
Because movers had to get the boxes out.
I personally didn't know.
Why couldn't you just coordinate to have it cleaned, like leave in the morning on the day you need to leave, and then coordinate to have it cleaned? It takes a couple of hours to clean.
I didn't know. She actually said to me, Your Honor, that she was going to do it herself. I had no idea she had Stanley Steamer there the day before.
I said, Deirdre,
I think that Stanley Steamer's laughing all the way to the bank. It's actually pretty funny.
I think so
Wait,
too.
was it the same guy? Hold on. No, they're 2 different people.
Your Honor.
That's really something.
Your Honor, she was so ready to get this new tenant
6 days later.
Right. She was so interested.
Look, we're done. Here's how it works, okay? You have to provide the place the way it was given to you. And if I don't see why you would clean the carpet while there's boxes everywhere. There's 3 rooms to the place, not 2. And the answer is then you get coordinated and move all your stuff. And, in the first 6 hours of the day, get Stanley Steamer there for a couple of hours and before the next person comes in. But there's no such thing as cleaning a carpet where there's boxes all over the carpet. That's not cleaning a carpet. I don't know it's kind of goofy. And, I would much prefer to have pictures at a moment like this, but you admit that you're a smoker and that you had pets there. Stanley Steamer does come back and charge you $253.59. Nobody's getting time from work. Nobody's getting, what else are you guys doing for? Plane tickets. That's not how it works. Here's what we got. We have you keeping $370 and me finding that you're entitled to keep $253.59. So I am going to order you to return to the plaintiff the $116.41 that she's entitled to, and on your counterclaim, 0, because you're already keeping the part that I think you're entitled to. Good luck, folks.
All right, so this landlord-tenant dispute ends this way. What's the plaintiff's feeling on the outcome of this case here?
Not very good, but okay.
Why not? What part still sticks?
What still sticks is that I had to get the carpet cleaned before all the stuff was out, and I still got dinged for it, and I didn't get what I gave her, which was what I was due, $370.
She's trying to make you out to be a kind of a messy tenant there at the last moment here when you say that wasn't the case, huh?
No, you know what? Romans 12:19. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so come on in here. You satisfied with how this works out?
No comment.
No comment. Well, after all that, no comment? Why not?
No comment.
All right, this is the way.
Thank you.
Have any comment, Harvey?
You know, the law varies from state to state, but in most states, a landlord has a legal duty to return the security deposit within a certain period of time, often 14 days. And if they can't give all of the money back or they don't give all the money back, they have to write a note explaining what's being withheld and why it's being withheld. And if they don't do that, they can be subject to penalties, maybe twice the amount of the deposit.